Hi friends, it's Ashley from Ashley's Paper Heart, and today I thought we could do a little flip through of my January pages and my Hobonichi cousin. I'm I'm so used to saying Hobonichi cousin Avec. I didn't get the Avec this year. I'm kind of regretting that. I mostly got the full book because it had the English quotations in it, so I was really curious. I've always been curious about what the writing on the bottom of every page is. And that's kind of why I went with the full book instead of the Avec this year. But my journaling style does not lend itself well to the full book because I like to stick papers and collage and stuff like that. So I'm kind of changing. You'll see if you're familiar with my journaling style, you'll see that it's slightly changed from the previous years. But anyway, I have it in this clear or this cover from Hobonichi with a clear cover on cover. I really like the, I guess, like zodiac kind of thing going on here. I don't know. I thought it was super cute. I'm not a huge fan of the actual like cover, but I love the cover on cover. Mainly because it is very pink. And yes, while I am wearing kind of a pinky sweatshirt, like a mauve, I'm more of a mauve person, not like this baby pink. So I've kind of stuck in some stickers and stuff to help cover that up. But also these are stickers that I'm trying to use up. I'm really trying to make this year about using up my stash and buying very little actual stickers and papers and stuff like that. I am spending my money on fountain pens, but we'll get to that in another video. So anyway, this is what I have as far as as far as January. I was going to use this as a habit tracker. I do most of my habit tracking in the A6 Hobonichi that I have, so this will probably not be anything. Maybe I will use it as an index if like something big happens that I want to refer back to in a later date. But I don't see that happening for like a journal purposes. I don't know. I do, however, use the weekly pages. So what I mostly use the weekly pages for is I practice my hand lettering, which I am passable at best. But I find it enjoyable and kind of meditative, so I mean that's all that matters, right? I also stick things in. This is a drawing that my daughter did of one of our bearded dragons. It's just super funny to me. And so I also do stickers. I do a lot of heavy decorating in these sections. So basically I'll write highlights of the day in hand lettering, but something I have started new this year that I really hope I stick with for the rest of the year is I am writing gratitude on the bottom of every day, because I'm really trying to reframe my mind to, instead of picking out the things that are negative, to really look at the things that I do have and what I'm grateful for, and even the little things that happen that are good can make a difference when you start like compiling all of the good. That's my goal. We'll see what happens. So nothing too exciting. I'm sticking in stickers and washi tape and all that kind of stuff. I was trying to do almost like a color scheme, and I did really good as far as like cohesive coloring here. Not so much here or here. I did do better here. Like I did all greens. I kind of like that. I'm just playing around with it. And then this is where we are right now. And I'm trying to do like this like blue and peach kind of look, but we'll see. So anyway, to get to the daily pages. So what I've been sticking in here previously in my other journals on the monthly pages, I would stick in like new washi tapes or new stickers and stuff like that. And because I'm buying a lot less of that this year, I am more sticking in stuff from pen pals. Like this is from one of my pen pals from New York, who I absolutely adore her. She is a fine artist and amazing and kind and wise beyond her years. She knows who she is. She writes me these little quotes from books and stuff, and they're always relevant. Like, when you have a person in your life that just, despite like just mostly knowing each other via letters, but knows your heart, that's so special. Like, that really is. I can't say enough good things about her. But then I also stuck in this little note that my daughter wrote to me and stuff like that. And that's, I don't really have a plan going ahead of like what I'm going to be using this monthly page for. It's just going to be like a catch-all for whatever's going on. So my previous journaling style was closer to like some heavy duty collage. This is actually some paper that came in a shoe order. I ordered a pair of shoes from Adidas, and they had this really cool paper that the shoes were wrapped in. So I had to save it. I put it in my journal. You know how we are journal people. We save like little bits and bobs here and there, and we want to stick it in to remember. But this is more reminiscent of what my previous journaling style is. I am hopefully going forward trying to do more. And as you see, like on here, I just did writing. And you'll see I used all different color fountain pens. I am putting in some pictures. This is one of our bearded dragons. This is Seraphina. She's sassy. And pictures of the family. My dad for January came and was here for, he was here for Christmas and then into January. It was really nice having him here. I miss him a lot. And I drew a minion here. I don't typically do like cartoony or I guess doodly drawings. It's just not my natural style, but my kids have been so into minions lately that I decided to draw a minion. And this was one of the days where California was getting like a bunch of rain, which we got so much rain in January. It's a little unbelievable. And as you see, I've been doing way more writing, less collaging, less stickers, although as you see towards the end of the month, I am doing more stickers. Something I do want to do more of is drawing and drawing things for my day. It's just been hard to, it is a time commitment to sit down and draw. And if you're not drawing just like a little doodle here and there, you know, and I, for better or for worse, whenever I draw, I treat it like I would treat a painting. If I'm working on a painting, like I just sit there and I layer and I go over things, and it's a lot. Like this probably took me 30 minutes. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy it, but it's not sustainable for me to do that every day, especially when I'm working with markers. Mostly for the fact that I was having issues with watercolors in previous Hobonichis where I'd put watercolor, I'd written on the day, and then I'd put watercolor on this side, and then my fountain pen ink would bleed because of the moisture like kicking back into the other side of the paper. So I'm trying something different. I've been using these Tombos, the dual brush tip Tombos. So they have like this tip on the side, and they have like a brush tip on this side. These are pretty, I do enjoy these. I was mostly using them for hand lettering before, and I do think they're good for art purposes, but I have a feeling that the more I use these tips are going to kind of break down quickly. They just don't feel super sturdy, and these are not the cheapest markers in the world, but they're not the most expensive, so we'll see how it goes. I definitely like want all the colors, but again, I'm not going to go crazy. So again, I was doing more just writing. This is when I got the Traveler's Notebook Diner, so of course I had to draw it and some stuff along with it. We moved my bearded dragon into a new enclosure, and so she got a larger cave because she outgrew the one she was in before, and so I drew the cave. And I am sticking stickers down here and there, and even some like vintage stamps and stuff like that. I got this bottle of Ferris Wheel Press ink Oyster Hour, so I drew the little bottle and did like a swatch. I love the color, but I have noticed this about Ferris Wheel Press inks. They clog up my pens. Like, they don't flow super great. They a lot of the times can be super light, and I don't know, like they make my really consistent writing pens inconsistent writers. And I know like the colors and stuff are beautiful, and I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me, and I will give it to them. As someone in advertising, they are great with their marketing. They're great with their packaging, but I feel like maybe they put more effort into their marketing and packaging than the actual product. And that's a shame to me. Not to say that I don't have some Ferris wheel press inks that I enjoy. They're just not my favorite brand. But maybe they're your favorite brand. Who knows? I just haven't found that right combination of a pen that just accepts the ink and writes consistently with them really well. So there's my 2 cents on Ferris wheel press. Please don't come after me in the comments. I know they're very popular with people on YouTube and Instagram. So I drew my bearded dragon. I actually have a journal with me on my channel. If it's not, it might not be up yet. It might be up this week, but when it's up, I'll try to link it in the cards. This is a tree that I saw on one of my hikes. This is from my daughter. She has this like little mini book of My Little Pony coloring pages, and so she colored this for me, and she wrote "I love you, Mom" on the back, and of course I had to keep that. This day we went to lunch at a place called The Hat, and it's almost like a 50s style diner vibe, and it's pastrami sandwiches. Like, that's what they're known for. I will say the pastrami sandwiches there were really good, and we had chili cheese fries, and this is what happens when I try to doodle or like do little like sketches without having a reference. I'm really bad at drawing from memory, and I'm really bad at like drawing simplified versions of things. Give me something super detailed and like painterly, I got it. This stuff, not so much. I'm not completely unhappy with it, but just not. Kids went to the dentist. We took a family hike, and so I drew some of the mushrooms that we saw, and then this is the Santa Monica Mountains, and it was the view that I saw as we were hiking, and I just was really inspired and excited to draw that. I got a new ink. This was my first time trying any of the Pilot Iroshizuku inks. I adore their inks. I got a few more of them, like the smaller bottles, but this one I got the large bottle in. They flow so well that I was just like blown away. Just blown away. I wish they had more colors. That's the only thing that I would say, but blown away. I have a video of me drawing this and journaling on this page, so if that's up, I will link that in the cards right now. I really enjoyed doing this. This was a nice exercise in like how far I could push these markers. More hiking. We had an earthquake. Despite being in Southern California, we don't get earthquakes, at least ones that I can feel, very often. But I remember that night was really weird. My dog woke up and I heard like a bang, like something falling. I still do not know what fell. And my dog was like shaking and like jumped in the bed and like was freaking out. And it was about 2 a.m. Next day, saw on the news we had like a 4.5 magnitude or 4.2 or something like that earthquake. So yeah, I felt that. Kids went to a glow party at their favorite indoor play place. They do like monthly little parties, and they had a person there doing face paint, and my daughter of course got unicorns, and my son wanted to be a minion. He is like really into minions right now. This is some pictures from some of the drawings. Like, so this picture is, from the same place, not the exact same like angle, from the same place as this. So I think I captured it well. It's just been so green here. We got a lot of rain here in Southern California, and that's just not normal for us. And I'm very thankful because we've been in a drought for as long as I've lived here. So it's been really nice. This day I did do a solo hike and I did cross paths with a coyote. I had a coyote tracking me a little bit on the trail, and I was alone and there was no other hikers in my eyesight, so I was getting a little worried. Best thing to do if you run into wildlife on the trail is you don't ever turn your back to them. So I walked backwards until I got to a place where the trail split off away from the direction the coyote was coming. And I walked down there and made some loud noises, threw some rocks, and he took off into the bush. So that's good, right? You get used to it. There's a lot of wildlife. We live very close to the mountains. There's a lot of wildlife out here, even though we're in the suburbs. You get used to it and you learn to coexist with them. So I did something that I don't normally do. I went and got a massage. I have a massage membership, but I just forget about it. So they keep charging my card, but luckily like the credits roll over. So finally I was like, okay, I'm going to pause my membership because I'm not going consistently. But I'm also going to book and use some of these credits because I have like 6 credits. So it's 6 months that I hadn't gone to get a massage that I've been paying for a massage. So I went. The end of the month, I was having a rough day. I was having a couple of rough times. I tried to renegotiate my contract with one of the jobs that I do, one of the agencies I work with, and they basically came to the table with nothing and said, sorry, you've been working for us for 2 years. We're not going to give you a rate increase. We're not going to update your contract so that we'll pay you in a more timely fashion. We won't do anything. And because you were upset about the increased responsibilities and you wanted that to be reflected in your pay, we're just going to take you off of the increased responsibilities. So yeah, that was fun. That was disheartening. I don't know, the older I get, the more I just get disheartened with companies in general. Like I feel like companies treat people, I know they're there to make a profit, but you don't make a profit without people working for the company. So it just really, I don't know. How does it even get to that point? Maybe it's always been that way. I don't know. So yeah, that kind of set the tone for the end of the month for me. I was really struggling with this, really unhappy. Hopefully February will be a better month. And, hopefully I'll find something else. Let's just say that. I might be looking for something else. So anyway, that is the end of the month. And that brings us to the end of this video. Kind of on a downer note. Anyway, I hope that you guys had a great month. I hope that you were able to journal and that it was able to bring you joy on a daily basis. I know despite like having hard days, journaling is definitely my place of joy, my place to be creative and to express myself, and it just makes everything a little bit better in my life. So hopefully, if you journal, it does the same for you. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.